What's good, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of NMB Takoyaki Parties. Episode 116 is the podcast about NMB 48. My name is Matt, and I'm drinking a Kiwi Chihhi to celebrate Shiori. I'm also joined by Arda. Arda, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking cafe latte while playing Persona 5X.
That's like a mobile game, right? Or mobile version?
Yeah, it's on the mobile.
Alright.
But you can play it also on PC.
Okay.
If you want.
Alright. And also, Arcsass is back.
I'm alive.
He's alive somehow.
But not for
only
much.
some,
Yeah, we'll see.
So low energy.
Only some certain announcements could bring him back from the dead.
Yes,
Frankenstein style.
very much so.
And then we're also joined by Jeff.
I just went to the Hanshin Farm game today for Chihhi's first pitch and talk show.
And last pitch. Oh.
No, she's doing another one next
Oh,
month.
shit. Okay, damn.
How many first pitches can one person do?
Yeah, right? Stop.
At least
So it
two
is
a year.
So it is Hanshin Farm game, not the league game.
No, but she's doing that next month.
Okay.
Well, along with like Mako and Mighty, right?
Yeah.
And Kojirin is not doing it.
Wait,
Right?
is it Makochi or... Is it Makochi this year? I can't remember.
Maybe something like that. But yeah, so we got some news to talk about. Actually, I had a whole plan originally planned where we talk about all the news and then I was going to about all the little random announcements that happened here, and then we're going to finish the podcast without talking about Chihhi. But someone else announced graduation, which kind of overshadowed Chihhi. But we'll talk about Chihhi
No, it
first.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Talk about Chihhi. We'll get this out of the way.
Yeah, and also it's gonna live earlier than Chihhi.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. Yeah. So we're talking about Chihhi, who announced graduation like a week ago at the TMN
2 weeks.
show 2 weeks ago. Okay.
Week or 2 weeks? 2 weeks.
Okay.
That's more like
Time
two.
time's is a circle. I don't know. Feels like a week. Feel like it happened like yesterday. So that was at a show that Jeff didn't go to.
No. So it was the first show she had back after a while from her play finally ending. So I wasn't really expecting anything to happen.
Yeah, and it's
but
also
then-
1 week after NSEC event, right? Because
Yeah. Mhm.
Joseph was still there watching
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah, so then I noticed in the the final part where they do the greeting at the end of the show, Kojirin was crying. And I was like looking at her when they do that final greeting. But then suddenly Chihhi said "Chotomate," and then she's graduating.
And no one
So,
aired.
Chihhi. What?
No one aired.
Well, it was pretty not worthy.
I mean, she's in her 13th year, and she's 26 already, and kind of, I mean, it could have happened at any time, really, but when it happens, it's still surprising. I thought she might last maybe until next year, but she said she's graduating at the end of this year, so presumably December.
So she's gonna have the last say Tansei or not?
We
What
don't
do you
know.
think?
That's a big question for us.
And the other big question was also whether she was going to be doing
she's
the
not-
next single event as well. But now we know for that.
We don't know anything about the next single.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So she has a very half a year until graduation, so it really hasn't hit me yet. And so personally for me, having really been I came to Japan 6 years ago. Since then, I've been following Chihhi, and the first few years it was she got back into senbatsu, and then like COVID happened, and then it put a stop to a lot of her work, like plays and stuff got delayed or canceled. But then she won non-battle, got a single center in Skiramushi, and after that has always had tons of work in plays and with Hanshin and stuff. So I've been pretty satisfied with my time being her fan. So I, in a way, have been ready for her graduation. So it doesn't really make me sad. And I know she's going to continue, she said she's going to pursue being an actress. So I know I'll be able to see her in plays, and she'll probably do like solo fan club events and things like that. So it hasn't hit me. I don't feel really sad so far. Plus, in terms of staying in NMB, I have another Oshi now, so Chihhi has been so successful. I'm not so like intense about having to support her in NMB. I support her more for outside work. So in a way, it's been in a transition for quite a while already. So personally, I'm not so sad, and yeah. I think, when it gets closer, it'll hit me, but so far not yet. And I'm just trying to enjoy her last half a year in NMB. And I think she'll have a, graduation concert. But now with the new, as we said, the other graduation announcement, we'll see what happens. In terms of timing or venue or whatever.
Yeah, because...
So how about her dream of releasing a photo book? Is there any prospect before she's leaving?
I think so. And then so she also dropped a lot of hints several weeks ago. Like she was tweeting like, "Oh, I had some kind of shooting." Either in Japanese, it's not clear whether it's like photo or like, recording video or something. So that was like very, like, kind of obvious hint that it was probably a photo book, and then, she said last year at her Seitansai, her big goal as an idol is to release a photo book. And then when she announced graduation, she also said, like, she, as an idol, she's achieved almost all of her dreams, except for a few. So in her remaining time, she wants to achieve them. So I'm pretty confident that she will have a photo book.
And did she tell about her plan after graduation, like moving to Tokyo or something, or
I asked her, and she has not decided yet.
Okay.
But she's gonna do acting, and that'll probably mostly be plays. But if she gets more successful, maybe she can do some TV or movies.
Yeah, before everything else was announced, we also had some questions, like would she have gotten the Yumi treatment, where she announces graduation 6 months early and then isn't in any events until she actually graduates. But it seems like that may not be.
I hope not.
That'd be weird.
Yeah, I mean that was a fear, but she also can't say, but she's kind of hinted to people like, oh, there'll still be time to make, our last memories together.
At the theater.
We'll see.
Like what everyone says. And then the other fear,
you went through that yourself, yep. Right?
The other thing was worst case scenario, if she gets no other chance, no other events. The other, maybe for me, the other bad case scenario, but I guess probably good for you, would be would it be a grad single for her, which I don't think she would get one. in that case.
So even before the latest news, I wasn't expecting it, to be honest. And I think most Chihhi Oshis would be fine without her getting another single center, because Skiramushi was such a big achievement that, that's her legacy. She doesn't need another one as a legacy, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, before the latest news, I don't think that she's gonna participate in the new single, but then with the current news, it might be a possibility that she might still participate in one last single event.
Which makes the whole like current single situation like weird, because like the sales and stuff, like fans are buying tickets in case like, oh, this is gonna be the last time we're gonna do an event, right? Or you guys like the community talking with the management, like you're doing the big banner thing, because you guys don't know anything. But I think now with the new news, they probably don't have to do any of that stuff. I'm not sure. I guess Jeff is like you're in the community, you've been talking like with the community people, right? They're probably
So we actually did ask. Will Chihhi participate? Will there be another single? And they couldn't answer. They said we cannot answer. So, with the universal stupid policy of like members must participate in all events of a single or none of the events. Of course, I mean, regardless of whether there was a single announced already or not, people are gonna jump at any chance to buy more handshake tickets, right? So, when Chihhi announced, there's still time to apply for the last
it's like 2-3 rounds,
handshake event, and the last weekend of Hanashikai. So, it sold out like crazy. I applied a bunch, but barely won anything. I mean, you just have to take the chance when you can. And even if she does participate in the next single, it's going to be more of the same. Like, super hard to win.
Yeah.
Well,
so
look on the bright side. She's going to sell out in the first couple rounds.
But it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Sucks like that.
And also the other dumb universal rule or policy is the whole they can't do like the graduation ceremony thing or whatever at the venue. They only do it for graduation members. So like if say like the handshake event coming up on the 12th or the 2-shot event on the 20th, like you guys have to like prepare for that in case she doesn't do another event.
Yeah. So like Mikana and Anju, for example.
Yeah, like they are gonna do theirs, and then But then, like, for Chihhi, because, like, no one knows, and then with the other news as well, too. But I think with the new news, I think we can probably put that worry to rest.
Going back to the photo book for a minute, if it happens, it'll probably be, like, almost a stealth drop. Because with Ray's, it was like, there was no news for months, and then all of a sudden, it's like, photo book. So.
Like the weird.
I mean, I was surprised. So, like, assuming what Chihhi hinted at was the photo book shooting, it was like right after she finished her play, and I assume it was in Japan because it didn't seem like she was like going. She went somewhere really far. So I don't know. It might, They suddenly announce it, and it comes out like a month later, maybe has some Watashi Kai events. I don't know. I don't think maybe NMB isn't aiming for like huge sales of photo books anymore. Like Ray's didn't sell like that crazy, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the photo book itself was not really good.
You're such a damn mouth. That was the best photo book in years. Since Ray's first photo book. No. Maybe Chihhi's book will be like a graduation / photo book thing, like same with like Coconut and Ion and stuff. Yeah, I guess Ray's as well too.
I mean by default it is, yes.
Well, I hope that when she releases a photo book, it doesn't overlap with others members' photo book if there is any.
Mm-hmm. Are you still hoping for Wakapon photo book again?
No, I mean Miu.
I am.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's a
Muse was
possibility.
hinting similar things as like what Chihhi was saying. Like, oh, she has some exciting work coming up.
It's gonna be Marine's first pitch.
That's that's a nightmare scenario.
Anybody else want to say something about Chihhi other than me?
Something
Chihhi
nice about
sucks.
you. You should say. you should clarify that.
Well, actually, when Chi was my favorite when I watched Station Girls show, but then
Dang,
as
way
she
back in the
grown
day.
up, yeah, my interest on her decreased. Yeah, I still think she looks best on when during that Station Girls era.
Really? I mean, she was like cute back. She was obviously like 14 years old and like much more cute. And now she's,
Yeah, it's much more.
Well,
not like that anymore.
unfortunately, Arda is no longer as much into 14-year-olds.
He likes Miria, right?
I hope it's a good photo book, if it exists.
Yeah, and also I had experience with her for Hanashikai, and then second, yeah, she was quite nice with Gaijin or foreigner.
Yeah, I've brought a lot of people to her handshake events. I mean, I was happy, like, how many Kohai members, like, responded to her. Like, for a long time, Chihhi didn't really interact with Kohai that much, but in the past year or so, as she became, like, the most senior member, I think she tried to, like, help, leave a legacy, because she knows, like, she knew she was about, her time in the group was limited.
Even a couple times I had the misfortune of going to Chihhi. She was trying to like speak English to me and stuff like that, or like.
Wait, when did you
There
go?
was one. It was during the Tenshutopia thing. It was like the group, like handshake event. It was like with her, Nishiyuma, and Kotochi. So yeah, she was trying to talk like, oh, which of us do you like the best? And then there's also times during the it was like one of the Tsutaya like event or whatever, where it's a group of them or something.
Oh yeah.
And then she's like, oh, Hisashi Buddy to me. I'm like, well, I've never talked to you before.
I mean,
she's
sure
like, I seen you at the theater. And I'm like, okay.
You're too easy to remember.
Yeah.
But at least when she's gone, at least I hope like open the road, more doors for more members to get the spotlight.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it'll fill up another Senbatsu. Open up another Senbatsu spot.
Well, there's that, but I mean, she's actively helped a lot of members get real work. Like her, the Hanshin stuff. We just said Mighty and Makochi doing first pitch as well.
Yeah, and also for the Butai.
Yeah, for plays, especially for the 30 Deluxe Osaka with Anon. When she appeared together, and then Yayoi this year.
Those are just the members you like.
I'm sorry, I stand talent.
So, any plan from her to have a kanmuri life?
No, she hasn't said anything. But almost all members are doing some kind of kanmuri before they graduate. Either solo or with their gen mates, and Chihhi has no more gen mates left, so it would be solo.
Well, she could do it with, just her friends. Assuming her friends are
Dance
still
with
in the
the-
group by that point.
Her friends are like Kojirin.
Yeah.
And
That
Well, I mean, with Tetra, only Anon left.
yeah.
do it with Mako. Mako's probably not graduating. Probably.
We'll be back next month to talk about Mako's graduation announcement. That's how you know NMB is really dead, when you're losing more and more members every month. Okay. So then should we jump into it? Rip the Band-Aid off?
Yeah.
Well,
So Kojirin has also announced graduation. This was done at the Tenshi Utopia show, which is a first. But of any member, I was going to announce it there.
The least unexpected show to.
Yeah. You don't really think
That's
that's going to be a
graduation
safe show.
announcement.
Because usually we're either some announcement
Yeah.
of like a single or something, or a member who wasn't even performing there will get promoted at that show as well too.
Yeah, so I saw this one in
So
person.
this is your curse moment.
Yeah, because I went to Utopia because it was the first time I actually finally see Chihhi in it at the theater. You know, because I bought Inbound because, you know, since she announced graduation, I don't know how many more chances I'll have. And then it's a random ass Thursday, Utopia. And at the end, so Ano is the captain, right? She's doing the usual greeting at the end, and then she says, Kojirin has an announcement. So recently, whenever members have some kind of positive announcement, they have another member say, this member has an announcement. Because when the member themselves says it, everyone thinks it's going to be graduation. So then I was like, oh, okay, so Kojirin has like some solo work or something happy. But then nope. First thing she said, I, Kojima Kai, am graduating from NMB 48.
Wait, so which one coming first? So graduation announcement or solo concert announcement?
She said graduation first. And then, yeah, people said eh. And then, yeah, so then she went, yeah, she did her long speech. Actually, yeah. First Anon said Kojirin has 2 announcements.
Oh.
And then, yeah, so then Kojirin said graduation and then had the long speech. And then she said, oh, by the way, my second announcement. And then the screen comes down and it's the trailer for her solo concert at Billboard Osaka. So it's pretty crazy whiplash.
Yeah, it's pretty shocking.
Yeah. So Kojirin said before that she wouldn't graduate until she saw off all of the senior members. So the only one remaining is Chihhi. And Chihhi already said she's graduating at the end of the year. But then Kojirin in her speech said she's graduating in November. So
So earlier than Chihhi.
yeah. Like, you know, so I think a lot of people thought after Chihhi said she would graduate at the end of the year, Kojirin would probably stay at least until next year.
Mm-hmm.
And so actually, I know a Kojirin Oshi, and then like when she heard the news, all she said was, "Oh, she's a liar! She's such a liar!"
Yes.
Because of the
Well, did she technically
wouldn't
say
graduate.
December or just end of the? Is it end of the year or
She said end of the
December?
year.
Well, I did say December though, because also that's also vague.
She said end of the year, but in Japan, Nenmatsu is a very like
The last
narrow
day.
window,
Okay.
like
Well,
end like second half of December.
okay.
But so with Kojirin graduating like in unexpectedly early, so she also said she would stay in Kansai and as a solo talent because she already has some regular TV shows and she does the work for Gamba Osaka,
Mm-hmm.
So it must be like some kind of work related thing that she couldn't turn down. And if she's staying in Osaka, probably staying with Yoshimoto.
Yeah, so something is coming for her solo career then.
Mm-hmm. And then in her speech, she said she decided she was able to graduate when she, like, already, she entrusted many things she does to, like, the junior members.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like,
But,
she feels NMB is okay without her.
I don't think so.
Nope, no, yeah.
I'm sure the sales
Yeah,
guys
with
disagree.
current members, yeah.
I mean, as a group internally, yeah, maybe, but not as popularity and sales.
Like, I guess we're only going to get worse and worse from here. So I guess I should say, yeah, she's in a good spot right now. I guess, relatively speaking, yes. NMB is in a good spot, but like a year from now, it'll probably be worse, and so on.
Yeah, a lot of fans are pretty doom and gloom.
Doomers.
And you have a lot of members too, actually. It's like Yayoi has been pretty upset in like her pop and mobame and stuff. And then like during like Showroom, she also kind of cried when she started talking about Kojirin. So basically, like with Chihhi and Kojirin announcing graduation within 2 weeks, like they were both senpai who she really looked up to and wanted to, get into senbatsu together with them. And she's really upset that she kind of loses a goal in her motivation. So yeah, I think a lot of members also feel uneasy about the future of the group. Yeah, and then like during Kojirin's announcement, as the other members were listening to the speech, like almost everyone was crying. And even Keito, so she's a center, and a lot of people feel like she might be the next captain. So obviously they were close personally, but I think there's a lot of feeling of unease in Keito.
Oh shit, I'm in charge now. Fuck.
Miu won't get to get her chance to overcome Kojirin in handshake sales. They're official rivals, apparently.
No.
It's one-sided rivalry.
But once Kojirin leaves and if Miu sticks around, then she will be the top seller.
But for different reasons, because as we've established, Miu is very unpopular with girls. Whereas Kojima is
just normie girls, though, that's the thing.
Well, the fan girl right now can flock into Anon or Keito after Kojirin leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it still hasn't really sunk
they'll
in
disappear.
for me. Mainly because it was like Thursday. And so, these things happen like right as I'm waking up. And I had like a really busy day on Thursday, so anyway. But yeah.
Yeah, I had the same experience with Mocha.
Good tip.
It might hit you when you, like a few days later when you read a Mobame or a blog or something.
Well, if she ever... Oh, I guess she'll do her end of the month blog in 2 days, so we'll see then. But yeah, it's just I don't know. I expected this would happen, but I didn't expect it to happen like now. I thought it would wait until next year sometime.
Yeah.
kind of sucks because since it's this year, it makes it more difficult for me to come for anything. But we'll see.
And then you already did crazy 2 trips.
Yeah, for Ray.
I am not doing anything crazy. Well, I mean, we'll see.
At least you have a rough time frame.
Yeah.
She said November.
Yeah, and I've just been like, I haven't been on this because of scheduling conflicts, but just generally since Ray graduated, I've been pretty like just disassociated from NMB. So
yeah,
this does not.
Do you think this will be the last straw for you?
I mean, no, because I still like Hanashikai is still too much entertaining to not do. I mean, who doesn't want to have increasingly, banal conversations in a foreign language? What else?
How else do you learn?
Yeah. How else do you learn if not by talking about how it's hot in Japan and America? What else? Anyway. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I guess the other concern is that I think Chow is pretty upset about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think
Well, based on her tweet, I thought that she had a feeling that Kojirin would announce.
yeah, well,
she
and I we're talking, and she's, I think she kind of came to the same conclusion as me, where like, now that Ray is gone, all the like senior members are going to graduate. But she's been like, she's had a premonition that Kojirin would announce since probably at least since Chihhi announced, but even since Mikana. Yeah.
That's just bad luck. Picking the members that are all graduating. Also, like the graduation announcement's been hitting hard. So it's like 2 hits for Arxis back to back with Ray and I guess Mikana, partially Mikana, and then also Kojirin. Whereas Jeff he had Miyochi, which half counts, and Anju half counts.
Anju doesn't really count.
That's why I said half counts.
Poor Anju.
Anju plus Miyochi is like equals
Like-
one person. The Miyochi 3/5 compromise or whatever. I don't know. I had Karen last year. Also Yukino, I guess. I had half counts as well. So I guess what I'm saying is it's Arda's turn for one of his
Yes.
girls to leave.
Walk upon graduate.
Waka Waka double grad.
Well, yeah, I kind of expected that she will announce it after her third novel is being released into books. So yeah, probably in next 6 or 7 months.
I forget if I said this when Ray graduated, but I was, it's kind of like how after Yuri graduated, you kind of had a domino effect where the other quintet members, except for Nagisa and Miru, all graduated within a couple years. And I was expecting that to happen with like the front, with the core of the past 3 years, ever since Ray graduated. I just didn't expect it to be happening, where we've now got 3 of them graduating
So
all
rapidly.
this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, back to back.
Yeah, this year alone is 4 top Senbatsu members.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that it doesn't mean that management trying to push the senior member away and trying to regenerate NNB in a such forceful way like AKB.
I can't
Like,
imagine
make up
that they're like,
entire Senbatsu from 8 to 10 gen.
yeah. But I can't imagine that they're like, yes, Kojirin, our top seller, please graduate.
Yeah, let's kill all our profits.
Yeah, and they're also not really raising 8, 9, and 10th gen.
Yeah, that's
To
why that's the
fill-
question that
Yeah.
we are not ready with graduation of seniors member with no future member was ready. Like even if we compare to Sayaka graduation back then, there were a lot of members that ready to pick up Sayaka mentals, but now it's a different situation.
But they all graduated like shortly after as well too, with like your Yuri, Quintet,
Well, that's
Coconut,
that's
Ayan, and
What's her name?
Yuri.
Yuri.
So now it really feels like NMB is dead. You know, it didn't die when Ion graduated. It didn't die when Coconut graduated. It didn't apparently die when Nagisa graduated. But now it's really dead.
Yeah, like who's the future of NNB right now? Sakatan?
No, it's Kato.
I don't think Sakatan wants to be the future is the problem.
No, yeah. I mean, Kato's the next egg center, but I don't think she's going to be next captain. That's the thing. I'm not sure if we want to go into that discussion now.
Yeah.
But I feel like the next captain, I think, has to be 9 for 10th gen member, probably. Just be by like time. Cause I mean, it's not going to be like you think Kato will be but she's now been in the group for 8 years, almost 8 years now. So
Yeah,
D3 is kind of out. I mean, it's only Shin who's not going to be captain. 7th gen is basically dead. 8th gen now, it's like it could be like now it's like what 3 years.
Yeah. I mean, I was
4
thinking
years.
Mako might be.
Yeah, out of 8th gen, I mean 8th gen is not really leader type. Only Makochi maybe, but I think she's too
Like fragile.
overwhelmed
Yeah,
already
Fragile,
she's
with
too
her
close
current-
with 8th gen and not close with other generation member.
Yeah, like Mako's too fragile with injuries and stuff, and Sakatan seems seems unstable.
She's not a leader.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Ayapyan is too old.
Too old, yeah. Age is just a number,
Sure.
and because otherwise we probably thought Mighty would have been captain too, but also now she's too old, both age and years in the group too. So then with ninth gen, I think it'd probably be Wakatan, even though she's a little older than she's like what 20 or going to be 20.
She's 21.
21.
21 now, yeah. Which
Yeah, I think it should be Yucatan. You want
Yucatan.
to see the future.
What?
No. Well, I mean, she's a lot of year in front of her.
She's young, but I don't think
Term
she
of
doesn't
age.
have the she doesn't have that.
She has 0 leadership skills.
Yeah. Don't.
Yeah, but then who else? There's no one else.
It could be Honopi, but she's not popular.
Yeah.
But I mean, Kojirin wasn't like crazy popular when she started captain either.
Hey, just wait for Honopi.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
That's
That's why I'm saying Honopi she's gonna have the Kojirin glow up too. And she's ultimately already kind of like
But,
doing a
I
lot
mean,
of.
how old was Isonopi
I
right
think she's
now?
20
right?
or 19.
Yeah, she's 20.
Yeah, probably most knife gen are all like 19 or 20 right now. And then part of me also thinks like Kurumi, but she's also too old. But they are like going for this like quick investment in her.
Yeah, I mean, for Tengen, there's no way Kurumi or Kotochi or even Tomocha.
Actually, it could be Kyoka.
Tomocha maybe.
Could be Kyoka.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll put the.
You're just
14-year-old.
naming the youngest.
Well,
member.
no, she's like Kato 2.0 region. Like they're pushing her hard as well,
Yeah.
trying to push
Yeah,
her
but
hard.
not as.
But-
I don't know.
I mean, they haven't done anything, but again, like they want to go. I think they want to push her. I wouldn't be surprised if they put her in the next single.
Kyoka, no.
She's already
Okay,
the center of
I
the
will-
Temption song.
Every conversation I have with Kojima until the end, I will be like, "Who's the next captain? Who's the next captain?" And if I get an answer, I'll report back.
Or you should like feed her answers like, "Oh, how about this member being captain or this member being captain?" If she won't give you an answer, maybe she'll tell you because she's like, "Oh, you're a foreigner. You're not gonna tell anyone."
She doesn't know about my podcast.
Do it in English. That also will help too.
次のキャプテンは
Who is the next captain?
Makochi.
And only word she understands is captain.
Nice.
I mean, Yukino is kind of nice candidate, but then with her current
She's-
condition
yeah.
right now,
She's even more unstable than Mako.
yeah.
Yep.
I mean, back then she was really a good candidate.
I think there's probably a universe where Yukino is the obvious choice, and it's not this one.
Nope. Clearly. It's also the universe where Kamala Harris is president too, right?
It's a better place.
Well, with 2 members graduating from N, there must be a team shuffle like coming
Well,
soon.
yeah.
we've been saying
yeah.
that since the spring when we didn't get one, so
I
every
think
possible day
Well, I mean-
is a
2 from N now and 2 from M before.
Yeah, I mean, they had to. I mean, obviously, management knew these were coming, so whatever shuffle, even if it, technically the new teams start before Kojirin or Chihhi leave, the new teams will be, structured based on them not being there.
and they'll probably do like some weird like kanmuri graduation live as well too. Like not a kanmuri show, but like how like Nagisa did her graduation show, where it's like it's kind of in, but also is its own special thing.
Unless the shuffle... I mean, I guess if they announce the shuffle at the anniversary, and then...
They could have it take place from like January or
Yeah.
something.
I mean, that's what they did. Well, the post-Sayaka shuffle was took effect January 1st.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's just so much uncertainty now. Captain, teams,
Next single.
Yeah.
when the next
And
single.
NMB future is bleak.
The only thing that's certain is that everything sucks.
Well, I mean, if you are happy if you have an Oshi in like the younger gens and you're happy with just seeing them in the theater, you can still do that.
Yes, if you're a Senbatsu anti, you're probably feeling pretty good about yourself.
Until your Oshi gets in,
Well, I'm
until your
saying,
Oshi gets
like-
into Senbatsu, then you hate yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like Senbatsu may not even get like outside work much.
Unless they create the work by themselves.
Yeah, I don't know if how we might still be able to keep the NHK Osaka music shows and stuff like that.
Yeah. But man, I mean, I wonder if with both Kojirin and Chihhi gone, I wonder if the Joshin goes away.
Mm-hmm.
No, you still have Mako. I think she's like strong enough to keep it going. She's an actual fan, unlike Mighty, who was just clout chasing and pretended to be one until she finally got it.
It'll be Kononon or something.
Yeah.
Or Shinshin.
Or Reipon.
I mean, Raypon's already in the Joshin group, so
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Shinshin was wearing a Tigers jersey at the thing at the Hinashika the other day, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
dude, WTF.
Well, she's from Hyogo, so she can wear it. So then with theirs, they haven't said anything about a new single, but at this point, we probably think there is going to be a single, and it's probably going to be a Kojirin grad single. Although it could also be this would be a really stupid idea and also a lame idea, but they do a double center grad single. for
Well,
Chihhi
maybe not.
and Kojirin.
maybe not Kojirin graduation single, but maybe there will be Kojirin solo and Chihhi solo.
Like songs.
I think
those
that's
going to be
likely.
the coupling songs, and then there's no team songs. That's going to
Yeah,
be
for the
a
coupling
really
song.
lame
There
package.
will be a two special edition with the cover Kojirin and the cover Chihhi.
And a cover of Kurumi, because sure.
Because why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, depend on whether Kojirin wants to be a center again for one last time or not.
I think if it's up to her, she would say no. Because I remember some kind of interview or something when, like, during Ganbaru no Ai, when she was asked would she like to be center again, she said only if the group needs it.
Well,
and if she's leaving, it's not really helpful.
No.
Yeah, that's why.
well, it's an infusion of quick cash.
Yeah.
Cameron needs those.
Well,
yen.
I mean, people are going to buy it if they're in the event, regardless of whether she's center or not.
Yeah, and whether she is in the senbatsu or not. As long as she's got... I think, yeah, she's got solo. She will get solo song. Graduation song.
No, I think it's a chance. I think Kojirin would want somebody like Reipon to be center.
Or Yucatan.
To, like, for the future of the group. Oh, God. I mean...
They're both 2 and 3.
Maybe management... Yeah, management wants to push Yucatan, but I just don't want to think about that possibility.
You're just a hater.
Yes.
And then they'll also want to do a 15th anniversary single as well too, which would be weird. It's going to come out around in as well.
Is it going to have like Sayaka, Milky, and Senbatsu?
Right, no. Yeah.
Like what AKB is doing.
Yeah, and with Kojirin leaving, is there any chance for Shiori to back in the Senbatsu again for one last time?
No.
I wouldn't be surprised if Shiori is, like, gone before the end of the year as well, just because...
She still has, like, the zoo work. So until that contract or whatever wraps up.
Yeah, but she doesn't need to be an NMB to go to the zoo, you know?
And also, I think the 15th anniversary concerts are going to be really messy, too, because they're probably going to have to line up with, like Kojirin graduation concert, too, so...
Yeah.
We're not going to get Kyocera Dome, but we'll get Osaka Joe Hall, probably.
I was talking with people today saying, like, they might push back anniversary to be later in October or something, so that, or even November, so then that fits Kojirin's schedule of graduating in November. And then for Chihhi grad concert, who knows, maybe December.
Well, I mean, if Gamba Osaka is about using Panasonic Stadium for a live event.
There's no fucking way we can fill that.
Before Kojirin announced, I was thinking, oh, well, so they'll do, 15th anniversary, and then Chihhi grad concert, and then, like, a G Sedai concert. And now I'm not so sure.
Yeah, because
I
this year...
think they will do graduation concert separate from 15th anniversary. Because it will be profitable to hold Kojirin concert for 2 days or 3 days.
Yeah, Kojirin maybe can get 2 days.
They'll probably do it like Akarin's concert in the 10th anniversary, where like it's 1/2 or whatever. Like 1/2 is like, where Akarin's was basically like both, it was like day 1, day 2 kind of. We're gonna have a lot of old graduated members come back. But 10th anniversary I think was a lot messier because the line was a lot more like blurred with like 10th anniversary and like old members coming back.
Also, COVID happened.
COVID happened as well too. Whereas here, I think like if you have old members come back for 15th anniversary, I think it's going to kind of undermine like Kojirin's graduation too. Unless you're going to have like 5th gens come back only for Kojirin's concert, and then you have like the boomer members, the 1st gens come back for 15th anniversary.
Yeah, I don't know anymore. I'm just like waiting to see what happens.
More reason why to hate the summer concert schedule, because we're not going to know anything. I mean, I guess they'll probably announce something, maybe at the Tenshi-Utopia band concert thing, like the one at Zepp.
Yeah.
That's probably will announce something, and then they might announce like G-Sede concert at the Kokoten concert or something. And then they'll reveal the
For
Senbatsu.
Kokoten, they will announce some promotion. I think they will promote some members.
Well, of the members that could get promoted, I think it's only like Kyoka and like Tomocha and Chihirun, I think. Are the only like Tenshin members that are going to be there. Oh, and Kotochi, I guess.
Kotochi.
I think Yurin also. I think she's ready.
Well, she's not going to be at the concert, is she? And then would it do the same thing where behind closed doors, like after like Mikana's grad concert, they revealed the Senbatsu members to the members, and do like what they did for Ganbar Nuai, and reveal them at the Tenshiotopia stage somewhere.
I think that's better than what they usually do, which is send them a message in the group chat.
Yeah.
And then like when Keito was sent her, like she didn't realize it because she was already sleeping.
But yeah, it's gonna be a weird fall, I guess, with all these events and all this uncertainty.
Yeah.
The future, looks bleak.
The title of this episode is just going to be NMB is dead.
Yep. Alright, so then let's move on. Yeah, so let's move on then. So in the other like graduation news, or I guess already graduating, soon to graduate, Anju, who's going to be kanmuri a special kanmuri live on July 13th in the afternoon. And then D3 is with Mikana. They're going to be having a special kanmuri live in the evening of July 13th.
So the funny thing about this is that Anju said she plans to have no MCs, so only dancing and singing. But then the D3 one is mostly talk. Because Mikana can't be bothered to practice.
Mikana can neither dance nor sing.
Yeah, she
can't really talk either.
Her graduation concert.
Mikana,
I think they already did the results for the Anju kanmuri live. I think they did it through her rooms. I think I saw.
Yeah, actually, I joined her rooms to apply for it, and I'm going.
You joined
See,
Mikana's
real,
room.
true Anju fan. You say you aren't, but
So,
you are.
So did you win or not?
I did, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Also, I saw Phantom. He won as well too. Shout out to Phantom.
Yeah.
Shout out Phantom.
Are you going to D3 as well?
No, because it's talk only.
What if Nanaho comes?
It's only these four who are close now.
They should just do a Mikana kanmuri where it's not sing, it's not dance, it's not talk, it's just look.
You just stare at her.
Yeah.
It's a museum.
Ryan would buy all the
Ryan.
seats.
Yes.
Well, I mean, lately Mikana is got some interest in monomane.
Yeah.
Yeah, she seems like into comedy nowadays.
They can do it as like a Miyokuri. Extended Miyokuri where everyone just takes turns like walking past her the whole like 1 hour or whatever. like it is like a museum. You take pictures as you do it, I guess. One picture. It's like when we saw those space rocks at the America Pavilion. Yeah, it's like take a picture quick and you leave.
It's not a 2-shot event, it's a 1-shot.
Yeah. And also, speaking of Mikana and leaving, so I moved this around because it's associated with Mikana, and as they announced that the YNN Summer Camp is happening this year, and also it's going to be Mikana's like very last like activity with NMB. I think they did say like her graduation show is going to be like before the summer camp, so it's just going to be her last final thing she's doing with NMB, which is going to be sometime in August.
Yeah, and with this, only Mikana is keeping the perfect attendance of summer camp.
Yeah. And
I would be
just like
surprised.
Because the other two, Keito and Wakapon, still not be decided whether they will join camp or not.
They'll rig it so they can get in there.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they didn't shoehorn in the big members, especially the ones who are, going.
So yeah, so for summer camp, I just said what day exactly, and they're still like working out the details. But they did confirm Mikana is gonna be there. She's gonna be the camp master, I guess, the main MC. And then they decided that okay, they're gonna have the participants be the different teams, like NMB2 and Timgen. But they had to do a board game to decide who was gonna show up, to be like the rest of the cast. And so they did that like last week. They did like the board game thing, like the non-battle 2 luck board game thing, and M ended up winning. Actually, because all the other teams, they all hit the like go back to start space, so M was the only one that got kind of continue on, and so they won. Ended up finishing like 40 minutes early, actually. And then they said that there will be a loser bracket through a rock paper scissors tournament to decide other members that will show up at the camp.
So the loser bracket for individuals or for teams? Individual battles?
It probably might be like what they did for non-battle 2, where they have everyone do Junkin at once, and then they had like a small group.
Wow.
Which took like 5 minutes, or it took like 2 minutes total. That's how Anon... That's not how Anon got in. I forget.
I don't remember, but either way, this is stupid. Just have all members at camp, come on.
They don't have that kind of money, Jeff.
Yeah.
They've got to prepare for the age of austerity once Kojirin is gone.
We're already in austerity with GSGK.
You think it's
well,
going
I mean, YNN recently lost her hard drive. Because of the salary, yeah. So no money for YNN.
Well, looking at like the schedule, because there's like a bunch of weird events happening. I think let's see. So yeah, it could be August 9th and 10th, or it could be 16th, 17th, perhaps. Sometime in August. But yeah. I don't know, I'm satisfied with M getting in there because most of the members I like are in M, so it's going to be a good camp. Jeff is bitter because no B2. No Yaoi.
Yep.
Or Chihhi.
Nobody wants to see that.
He gets Ryopi though, so that's his consolation.
Based in
there is still Ryopi, Yoshimin, and Kojirin in N. Yeah, so I'm good.
Next, talk about this kind of incident that happened. It was kind of weird and how it came out. So, titled as Nishiyumagate. So there's this really shitty Twitter account called like Death Doll Note. And they posted something that showed, Nishiyuma has a private Instagram account. And so it leaked some pictures and clips of like her stories and stuff. And the actual content of like the leaked post wasn't actually anything like bad. It just like showed her going to like the arcade playing Taiko Drum Master. And this was basically filmed back in like December when she was preparing for that the Kamiwaza show that she was on. So, but I guess the fact that she had a secondary or a private Twitter social media account, it's just basically a no for idols. She had to apologize for it, and she felt really bad for it, even though everyone basically said, "Yeah, it's not a big deal. Why are you freaking out over this?" And then the NMB like official website like put out an announcement saying, "Hey, here's a report of a member having a secondary social media account, and it's been dealt with." And that's what happened. Like,
so there have been other incidents with like members' private accounts getting leaked, but this is the first time that NMB has ever put out an
acknowledged
official, official apology, and then even the member apologized for it. So I think a lot of people think the official apology had to come because this was kind of about the TV show.
Oh yeah, because she like talked shit about it too, right?
Thing. Not directly, but she kind of complained that she was saying, "Oh, I'm here practicing again in the arcade, playing the same song for the 10th time." And then there's another thing she said. The TV show asked her like really last minute to make her own like drumsticks, and she's like, "There's no way I have time for this." So that was kind of the complaint. So then, in Japan, it's very important to like treat, behave professionally, especially with business partners. So they had to I'm sure they had to apologize personally. Like Kenmotsu probably had to go to the studio and like
Dogiza.
genuflect in front of.
Yeah.
They should have produced pictures of that. It would have been entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put that in the 15th anniversary book or whatever.
Yeah.
On the cover.
But so after Nishiyuma sent out that apology, she like continued normally, and no one really seems to be, saying much about it anymore. Because so that Death Doll account, it claims to like kill idols by revealing their secrets, but then people were replying to that account like, "Oh, this is lame. This is nothing dirty." Actually, it makes her more likable because she was actually practicing really hard for the Taiko no Tatsujin.
Also, I guess if you have ADHD, Nishiyuma also has ADHD, so you should stand Nishiyuma.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, +1 for neurodiversity.
Okay, and then next we have some little like it's summertime, so all these little weird like events happening. This was announced a while ago, but on August 7th, NMB is going to be performing at the Dreams Come True Natsumatsuri at the Expo 1970 Park, which basically it's a Dreams Come True concert, but NMB is going to be showing up as like a guest artist. I think some other guest artists as well are going to be there too. And it's like 2 days. I think NMB is at the first day, I believe, right?
Yeah.
They already sold tickets for it. Yeah, you got a ticket for it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go to it because it didn't seem worth it, and it's the big standing venue outside. This is where Sayaka Sonic was held back in 2018 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Returning to the scene of the time.
Do not be confused with the current Expo 2025.
Yeah.
Man, somebody's gonna make that mistake.
People already making that mistake because they go to the 1970 park for the expo that's happening this year and have signs that say this is not where the expo is. Go to the other venue.
You took the wrong train.
So, but it's just cool that at least they're showing up with a big artist. I don't know what the connection is. If Jeff, you know.
Well, Dreams Come True is known for the song like Osaka Lover.
Okay. Which they love.
Yeah, Osaka Lover.
They love singing at the karaoke here.
Mm-hmm. And NMB is the idol group in Osaka, so I mean it's super surprising, but good opportunity.
They'll do the Dotonbori songs and the NMB 48 song. Like half those places are shut down now, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They should update the lyrics with a 2025 version, just like the 2023 version of Seishun no Rap Time. Yep.
They can add like Tori Kizoku and
no.
Except hopefully with 103%.
That's not even from Osaka.
Yeah, it is.
It is?
Yeah, Tori Kizoku is from Osaka.
Well, it's still it's not worthy of representing Osaka.
Yes, it is. It's the most important place ever.
Yeah, people always come after the show.
Yeah. Okay. And then NMB is going to be showing up at Tokyo Idol Festival like they usually do, which is on August 3rd, so that's the day after the Dreams Come True concert thing. And they already confirmed that Senbatsu is going to be there, but then also they're doing some Showroom Bullshit contest to decide another team to show up. Is it like the same day or a different day? Or secondary performance for this?
I think it's the same day.
Yeah.
But it's a different time slot.
Yeah. And so this is, again, it's a team battle, so NMB2 and Tempjin. And so Showroom Bullsh goes on until, what, the end of the month, right?
No, like, I think in
July
2 more
6th.
days.
Yeah. That's the end of the month, though. It's the 30th. And so they're doing, like, different, like, round robin streams with all different, like, members from each team doing stuff, and then people can throw their towers and other bullshit. And so this is probably the dumbest of Showroom Bullshit contests, because it's not like any of us are going to go to this, and it's not really a prize for us, because it's more for the Chica Idol fuckboys to go.
So yeah, so they announced this first at like an emergency stream with the team captains plus
Kotochi
representing 10th Gen.
Yeah.
And we thought, oh, is it a shuffle or like some kind of team concert? Nope, it is fucking Showroom.
Also, I think the giveaway for that, because it was both streamed on YouTube and Showroom, like simulcast.
Yeah.
So if Showrooms evolve, it never can be a good thing.
So the only thing that's good about it is that it's teams, so individual members don't get so worn out doing like 3 streams a day, and the members streaming together is fun. You get to see some new interactions you usually don't see.
And also the prize, besides the teams performing, they have a kind of incentive. This is what we're going to do if we win. So for Team N, they're going to do a full version of Not to Know Destination. M, they're going to do like a Comico like photo taking time during one of the songs they perform. B2 is going to do fan request songs, and then Tempjin is going to do like they're going to pick songs that from like our NMB Kinkyusei songs, which would be like Yume wa Niganai or the Monday song. Or the Sakamichi song.
Matt, rise up.
Yep. Well, not the Sakamichi song, but the other two are okay.
Well, but the Monday song.
Yep. So of these incentives, though, like Team In is probably like the lamest one, because that should be like a thing they should do already, like at the theater. But also they removed Not to Know Destination from the set list for N right now and replaced it with the Gotcha song. Actually, that's what they do with all the set list now. They have the new songs included in there and replaced the former team songs. The interesting thing about Not to Know Destination is like, so each member gets like their own solo lines during the song. So, so it's like the only spotlight like members like Sakura or Ami get.
But I mean, it's ultimately not about the quality of each promise. Like maybe so initially M was doing pretty well because they promised the photo time, which is kind of unique. A lot of idol groups these days allow photos or videos during concerts because they know that social media is how people find new things these days. But so M was leading for most of the like the first few days of this contest, but then Kojirin announced graduation, and then the day after, like some insanely rich oil baron Kojirin Oshi like threw 30 million points and instantly boosted
currently
into
he's
first
leading
place.
by 4 million point alone.
Yeah, so it's not even like Kojirin Oshi's overall want to give her the prize of the one last tiff, and she's already performing.
Yeah, that's a dumb thing.
But it's one guy throwing like 50 towers.
B2 is also in the race.
Yeah.
Everyone's in the race except 10th Gen. Nobody cares about 10th Gen.
Yeah. Yeah, because they don't even have Kurumi in it.
Flop Gen.
I mean, Kurumi was holding strong during that one, the TGC thing, but then Kojichi ended up quenching the win in the last second. So
good times.
Which same for the M. The Nishiyuma whales will come around too.
Your close personal friends.
I mean, if you look at the ranking, you can see the ranking of individual fans, like contribution in each team, and it's pretty clear it's only a handful of fans in each one who throw the majority of points. And then when they announced this on the stream that this was Showroom, most people reacting on Twitter and stuff were pretty uninterested in. It was basically I'm not going to TIFF, so I don't care. I'll let the people who want to spend money go play with this. Yeah, I'm taking the same attitude. I throw my free points to B2 and that's about it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I haven't thrown points to anybody, but yeah.
Me neither. Fuck this shit. Again, the prize is stupid because I'm not going to go to Tokyo Idol
Festival. Sometimes forgot
Festival.
to collect some free gold. That's just only watching when Wakatan or Wakapon is on the stream.
Yeah, I only went to TIFF in 2022. When COVID restrictions started loosening up. But it was horrible. It's August is really hot, and then all the stupid Chihhi Idol fans who rush to the front and crap. And then apparently this day that NMB is performing will also have Equal Love and iLife, so it's gonna be chaos. So yeah, I'm not going.
I guess the bright side people would say with this is oh, it'll give them more exposure. But these are Chihhi Idol fans. They're not gonna give a shit about NMB.
Anyway, I don't really want those Chihhi Idol fans coming to NMB.
Besides,
so that's a really stupid contest.
Why get exposure for a group that's dead?
Yep. Especially if say N wins, well, these members are all gonna be leaving anyway. So.
Yeah, I mean, nobody cares about Matsuoka Sakura.
Not even Jeff does. He's not gonna.
They care about when she posts about Australian food at Expo or Belgian food.
I would be more interested. What Australian food could you possibly?
Meat pies, man.
Nutella.
Okay then. If it's not a halal snack pack, it's not worth talking about.
Yep. Tim Tams.
I want to try a snack pack someday.
Or Tim Tam Slam.
That's Canada.
What? No, it's not. Tim Tam?
Tim Tam is Australian. You're thinking Tim Hortons.
I'm thinking Tim Hortons.
Alright, so that's the current round of Showroom Bullshit. So yeah, I imagine they haven't announced it yet, but I imagine they'll probably do the TV Asahi Summer Station thing, probably around that time as well too. Because usually those are all around the same time, it's all that same week of August.
Well, actually, other groups are being announced, and there's been no sign of NMB getting announced, so that we might not have a slot there.
What day is it?
I don't know, but it's it goes on for several weeks, right? And there's a lot of, obviously, weekday shows also. I think last year NMB was on a weekday.
Yeah, it's always been on a Wednesday or Thursday. Oh, apparently it's going from July 19th to August 17th. Yeah, so it's going on for a month. Yeah, so. I know probably now. So, because there's some other events in the way they haven't decided. Okay. And then this also was announced at the this is at the Sarba Junjo show, I believe, was announced. It was on August 8th. They're going to be doing the Neo Spark Live at Yogibo Meta Valley. And it's going to be a special live for the two NMB bands that debuted at the Nambasai back in February. With Cutie Fellow, which is Sayuki, Nishiyuma, Tena, Amitan, Wakatan, Misora, and Yoshimin. And Peach Fuzz with Kurumi, Futan, Konon, and Tomocha. So they're actually putting the band to work. It's not just a one-done deal. And I'm going to this. I got a ticket for this. Even though it's like some standing venue. Actually, the venue is like 10 minutes away from where I live. It's like under the Nankai station.
All right.
Yeah, it's a tiny live house.
Yeah, with I looked up earlier. It's like 600 people. I think it's like how much it is. Actually, it was bigger than the Billboard Osaka that Kojirin is hosting her thing at, which is like only like 320.
Well, Billboard is different. It's like meant for dinner and a show. You sit at a table and eat a meal. You can't really compare them. Billboard is way, way, way more famous than this random ass like Yogibo sponsored live house.
Much like.
Apparently, there's been reports of people losing for this. We're losing the lottery for the shows.
Poor
Knife Gen too strong, too popular. But so I'm looking forward to that. I think it's gonna be short enough. I'm not gonna be too tired from standing. And I like the members there.
And then you can leave after 9th gen.
Yeah. But that's cool that they're doing that. And then like they've been practicing like Nishiyuma and Yoshimi. They were practicing like guitar on Showroom during the Showroom Bullshit thing. They're both really bad at it because they haven't practiced since like February.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care about these members, but I think it's good they're doing new things.
Yep. Okay. And then lastly, we have some sad news talking about Yukino. So she came back from her hiatus actually at the Nambasai, back in February, after like being off since last fall. Came back in February. Now she's going to be going on another hiatus on July 7th, due to, I guess her doctor said she has like thyroid disease or something, so she has to rest, and so she can't do any performances. But she's still going to be doing the Hanshikai, the online Hanshikai on the 4th and 5th, or 5th and 6th, yeah.
5th and 6th.
Yeah. And then she's not doing the handshake events, though. No.
Oh, it's not doing. Oh.
I don't think they said anything about that.
Yeah, because she's starting. Actually, in the announcement, she's starting like the treatment from July 7th, and I guess it's a physical issue. So, and then the handshake event is quite physically taxing.
Unless they give her like a stool or a seat or something, which they've done that before, I think.
Online Hanashikai, on the other hand, is not physically taxing.
Just mentally taxing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Having to talk to all these weirdos.
Which is...
And so,
for the in-person, like the event, like the handshake and all this stuff. It's like, especially because all the Yukino fans, they're really excited to see Yukino come back, and then they bought out all our tickets and stuff. So now they're going to be getting screwed again. So they're going to be delayed or to the next single or whatever, or if she comes back from this.
Universal must be so happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she'll also still do social media during this time. So it's not as bad as the previous hiatus, I guess.
So she'll become a showroom girl, a cam girl. She'll become an STU member.
I mean, she might be interested in that kind of thing.
Yeah. But this does not seem... I mean, hopefully she gets better, gets it better. I'm not sure how... I guess thyroid stuff can be serious, but I'm not sure if it means she's going to be here for much longer. Because we've had previous cases of members who had illnesses that had to graduate as well.
Well, I mean, unlike unlike tick disease or whatever.
Shion had the lung disease or something, and then did Miyochi have a disease too?
Yeah, which we don't
kind of
we don't know
or just,
unless Jeff knows something. Or Kohatan and her whatever.
Yeah, that's like a respiratory
issue.
thing as well too. Yeah.
Yeah. And they all graduated.
Yep.
But then the thyroid thing is like treatable, probably. So
She's young. She can recover.
yeah, she will recover. You know, I mean, certainly there is a career path for her that will offer her some success, which she may be quite excited about. But
And the timing is after she comes back.
yes,
Yeah. I hope she can bounce back after she really cured.
but then the problem is that the group seems to be shying away from that sort of work these days. So,
Because we keep losing members, I can do it.
well, that also is true.
We need numbers 4. Was it live 3 or
We
number
need to-
hard or something, right? Yeah, that's.
You know, we keep talking about the Chihhi photo book, but what about the Kojirin photo book?
I mean, that'd be more of a graduation style book too, very classy and. But yeah, I think with this kind of stuff, I think we were talking about the whole like captain's thing. Like normally, if Yukino was healthy, maybe I should be in line to be captain. But
Yeah.
well, I feel her chances are less likely.
Yeah.
But also, that's also assuming NMB or management, whoever gets to pick captain, they're not gonna fuck it up and pick someone who's gonna graduate like in a year or two.
I mean, they didn't fuck it up the last 2 times.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing.
It's
So
everybody else. It's everybody else.
Kojirin, was it? So Kojirin will have been in the group for longer than Sayaka, but captain for less time. Like she'll be in the group for
Yes.
9 years, but has been captain for like 6 years or something like that. So
7.
7 years, yeah.
But yeah.
So I felt like she'd like stick around. I think we saw like Kojirin's too early. I thought she'd stick around for another year, so it'd be like an even 8 to be seen with
Yeah, I
Sayaka.
was thinking that too. But alas.
It's all Chihi's fault.
Yarikita. Yes, it is all Chihhi's fault. And by Chihhi, we mean Jeff.
I mean,
Screw you, Jeff.
so it means Chihhi's the most important member in the group, and I'm the most important fan.
You are the life and soul of the Takoyaki Party. You have the most messages in NMB Court these days, so...
I did. It's just me saying safe after the theater show.
Well, the one time you couldn't say safe right as the theater show was ending, it was not safe. So I'm blaming you for this.
Yeah. Also, I just remember it was Joseph. He was at the show that Chihhi announced graduation.
Poor
Which-
Joseph.
Yeah.
Which also he likes Chihhi too. So he talking about like bad years. He's had like all of his favorites leave this year.
Yeah. Or go on hiatus.
Walking Yan. So that's why we tell him that you should go back to Sakatan. She'll be okay. She'll never leave him.
Well, I think he's into Rapon right now.
Alright.
Oh dear. Well, she will either not disappoint or she will disappoint in the most disappointing way imaginable.
All right, yeah, and that's all we got, I think, for this for the news and stuff to talk about on the podcast this month. So next month we got the concerts to see. So yeah, again, we're all going to those. Well, me and Jeff are, and Arda is going to those too.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Probably they'll have some announcement for something. They have to have something announced for something in the future there. So we'll talk about that. See how that goes. See how this showroom bullshit shakes out, and talk about all that next time. So yeah, thank you for listening to the podcast. If you like the podcast, you subscribe to the podcast on your platform of choice or on YouTube. You can also leave a comment in the comment section or email us at nmbtakoyaki.party@gmail.com. And yeah, if you have a comment, we can read it on the next show. And yeah, with that, we're done with the episode. So, have a good one. Peace.
NMB may be dead, but Takoyaki Party lives on.